Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, America. Thank you for tuning in, or thank you for coming in later at later on in the day just to tune in to find out what's going on with me. This is your girl, Mrs. Rock, and thank you. Well, I'm also known by Mrs. Glover as well. But I just want to say good morning and thank you for tuning in to my podcast. I also want to say thank you for the ones who's been listening and also been playing my episodes on my podcast. But this morning, I just want to say to everyone, especially those who live in the New York State, tri-state area, to please be warm today. Today is going to be really cold. It's about 20 degrees outside. All mass transit, it seems like it's running okay this morning. So, other than that, I just wanted to jump into, it's a couple of things I wanted to jump into. First, I just hope, right now, I said that I say this all the time on my Twitter, but I would hope that people would be kind of generous to somebody. I know a lot of people hate to, especially in New York City, a lot of people really hate to give people money or whatever. And I kind of feel bad because I feel like if you want to be a blessing to somebody, how can you dictate how that person is going to spend their money? So I say, if you want to be nice this morning, and I always do it, I'm the type of person that would give somebody my last, even though I might not have it. But when you're being a blessing, is because that is within your own nature. So be a blessing this morning. Give somebody $1 or $2. Buy them a cup of coffee. If you see somebody within your traveling, even if it's at Starbucks, McDonald's, wherever, just tell the cashier, this coffee is for the next person behind me. This coffee is for the gentleman over there who looks like he might need one, or the lady who might need one. Just be a blessing, because you never know when you might need a blessing. A lot of people might think being a blessing could come in the form of money, and when sometimes being a blessing could just be with the hello, how are you? Thank you, no thank you, but have a blessed day. Are you okay? Or, Jesus loves you, Buddha loves you, Allah loves you. It can be any one of those that can be a blessing and just be bring positive light within to somebody. So that's what I wanted to share today. Lately, I've been on this whole what I did was I kind of shut down. Not saying I per se have shut down, but I have shut down certain entities, meaning different pages, the people who I talk to. I'm kind of like isolating myself because I see as the new spring is about to come, and a lot of people don't pay attention to this, but me, I do. I'm trying to get myself right before the next set of leaves come, and what I mean by that is, if this is you, I applaud you. Then we're basically in tune on the same path. But for some of those who don't pay attention, I always pay attention to the new leaves that come during springtime. That means a new season is coming. So I'm trying to be positive. Well, I am positive. Only when somebody messes with me, and I have to be really ignorant. And I hate being like that. But other than that, I just like to be, keeping a positive stride. So as the new leaves come, I'm just preparing myself for a new adventure, a new wave, a new project. And I'm trying to more or less focus on some of the things that I started but I didn't finish, because I find out that's what I do sometimes. So I'm just getting myself together. So this morning on this podcast, I'm just talking about being a blessing to somebody, renewing your mind, the way you think, the way you approach things, canceling out old things, having the strength to being able to say, no, I'm sorry, but you can't be my friend. No, I'm sorry, but it's okay. Even though I'm on this 90-day probation period, I do not want to take this job because it's not forfeiting me, meaning my spirit, my aura, where I'm trying to be, and all of this. It'll just shape you to, just being within a zen and okay to be like, okay, no, I want this to be in my life. I want this energy to be in my life. It's okay. I think that talking about this, sometimes when I come on here, I like to write a script, and I think every person that's a blogger or a person that does podcasts or a YouTuber, because I'm also a YouTuber as well, we try to write down a script, things that we want to say, things that are interesting. But I feel like sometimes it's just being real organic at things. Sometimes it's just good to just go off of the mind, the body, and the soul, the energy of what you're feeling, because then you can just get deep within it. Sometimes you might run off, because I run off too, but that just lets my listeners as well as myself know. And it's a constant reminder that I'm human, right? We're human. We're normal. Nobody's perfect. Even though you might have some people who think that we're perfect, because we're starting to come within our conscious mind of things that we allow within our spirit, our aura, whatever. It even goes with the certain things that you eat, your daily activity. Like, you ever know, like, a person that eats healthy all the time, that you have the people, shout out to my people. At this time, I can't do hot yoga, but when I was doing hot yoga, I will always catch my group of, I call it, when you go work out or whatever, those people become your family. It's also like another home, because you might have a 5 o'clock in the morning slot, a 6 o'clock in the morning slot, so on, so on, so on. And those people become your family. So it's people who you become used to. So what I was saying was, people who have a routine with doing something that's good for them, even they're working out, they're eating, that's being within a conscious mind to change something. That intake, which also brings the outtake, it just reflects our whole universe, making us a little bit better. So I think that that's okay. So, as you start to shift, because a lot of people forget, and I'm not that type of a person that always would like to make a New Year's resolution. Like, sometimes I wish that somebody could at least leave a comment saying, oh, you're doing good, or oh, you suck, or why don't you think about doing it this way? It's all about each one teaches one. But I wish I could have had somebody who could have just agreed with me and could have said, yes, Ms. Rock, or yes, Mrs. Glover, or Miss G, Miss R, whatever you want to, call me. But yeah, you're right. I totally fell off my New Year's resolution. I'm no longer on my New Year's resolution. But that's why I'm saying this, that you have to do is just a process. You cannot only just wait every year to just say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I feel like being conscious and trying to live right, and it's a hard battle, I feel like it's a little bit harder to be positive, to live good, than it is to be bad. See? Because it's two different entities. But one thing I do notice is that, whatever people do, just be accountable for stuff. Now I'm starting to run off a little bit. But back on the subject, I just wanted to say, I feel like it's just a new beginning for me. Probably it's a new beginning for other people. And it's okay to shut down and be selfish a little bit and be by yourself and really could care less what somebody else say. Because if somebody really knew you, they can also tell by your actions and the way that you do outbursts or whatever that you just need a recharge. So this morning, I was just thinking about a lot of things. Watching the news, it's just so much stuff just going on, and just people are just killing people for no reason. Robbing people. You got young men, and I hate when people always classify young black men. No, you just have young men in general, because the young men are supposed to be, what society say, the upfront, the head out, and I have to switch it, feminist, because it goes backwards. But I just feel like the youth and the young kids, some of them are getting out of hand, and it's terrible. I was watching the news, and it's just so much pettiness is going on, and it's just out of control. It really is out of control. Really is. So I think sometimes maybe the world just needs a whole shutdown. And I remember I was arguing with a guy from Afghanistan, Yemen, one of them, one of those who, not saying that because I'm not a racist, but he said that he wished that some Americans can go out of the country to understand or to appreciate. And I hate when some foreigners, because you have a lot of foreigners who says that, but I feel like don't put all of us Americans in that one bracket, because you have some who do understand that outside of America, there's people who are starving, people who can't drink water, people who can't come out their house, people who can't look out their windows because there are grenades. But I think that some of the people who live the life, like, oh, whatever, I don't care. I feel like, those are the people, the ungrateful ones. Those are the ones who really need to go out and have a different perspective. And maybe the way certain people look at life will be a lot better. But, I appreciate every lesson, every ups and downs, every situation should be a life lesson, a life, open your mind to different things that are taking place. And every time that I'm forced into this reboot, I'm just thankful for that. I'm not the richest person. I am rich. I'm rich through Christ. But other than that, people think that you have to have this and you have to have that to make you feel, oh, I'm that person. And I just think as long as you have true happiness, true love, then everything will work out fine. You can't take that from nobody. But I just hope somebody got a little bit out of this. I was kind of fumbling this morning, but it's always a message out of something. So I hope out of my little 5-10 minutes, you picked up something. You got something. Be able to reboot, change, come at life a little bit different, and change your lively habits. This is your girl, Miss Rock. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.